Hey everyone, welcome to another video review. This is the Transformers Age of the Primes Voyager class Armada Red Alert. You can see him there in front of his box. Go ahead and put him off the side real quick. And yep. Look in the box, you see Transformers Age of the Primes right there. Yes, the new box and everything with the gold, kind of the copperish gold stuff right there. Autobot Red Alert, Hasbro. You got the nice bit of artwork of of him, right there on the side. You got the window, which plastic window. If you've really been missing those, they're back. 22 steps and all that. Autobot Red Alert up here. On this side, you have Red Alert's robot mode again with Age of the Primes and all that on this side. On this side, you have the look Age of the Primes kind of statues, or half of them anyway. You got the Voyager class until all are one right there. On the bottom, you have some manufacturing product details and what's included in the box. And in the box, you have copyright warnings and, of course, some product shots and authentic Transformers. And there you go. And you also have instructions, which are pretty straightforward for the most part. It's Armada Red Alert. He's not exactly complicated. So, Red Alert. Woo, 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 right? Yeah, so, yeah, getting in close here, you can see, he's got that weird Robocop-y look, because people complain, oh, yeah, Red Alert just looks like a Ken doll with this SUV part strapped to him. It's like, no, he looks like Robocop with a bunch of SUV parts strapped to him. But anyway, yeah, you got that whole thing, you got the little cross right there in the middle of his head, you got the red visor right there. It does have light piping, but I don't think it works. It works okay. He has a little gray mouth right there. He got his SUV chest, the Autobot symbol and the, headlights and everything. You got the tires. You got the, door shoulders. You got his blue arms. There's a hand missing, which I'll get into that in a little bit. You got his big old thick thighs and all that stuff. Oh no, the blue with the, hey, there's wheels right there and his little black feet right there. And he's got his backpack with his SUV roof, and hey, look, the little medical symbol, because it can't be a Red Cross anymore because wait, what do you mean that's a literally a war crime? Anyway, so yeah, that's his look. That's Red Alert. He looks like Armada Red Alert, which thing is, people are talking about he's boring, which is disappointing to them. I'm like, well, yeah, it's because Armada Red Alert's always kind of been a little bland looking, to be honest. I think he's always been one of the weaker looking designs of Armada, but regardless, here he is. Apparently he was a bit of, my understanding, if I remember correctly, he was a bit of a shell former back in the day, and well, apparently this might be the case again, who knows. A lot of people are freaking out because all they find is they go to toy hunting and, oh look, there's just Red Alert. Uh-oh. So is it a bad toy? Well, no. But I think the Armada diehards are going to have the most to like about him, but as a whole, he doesn't look bad. He's just kind of odd for a Transformer. I think, yeah, Transformers-wise, he's kind of odd looking, and it kind of throws people because he doesn't look like a lot of the other Transformers we usually get. Again, that's a whole, I feel like he just looks like Robocop just trying to strap an SUV to his chest, I guess. But anyway, articulation-wise, though, he's actually pretty good. Head, can go left and right. Oh, mine's very snug. Left and right, you got up and down. You got also the hinge right there. There's a bit of waggle as well. Shoulders do a full 360. You do have a bicep swivel and also outward right there. Also, this also didn't cause the door to do that. Bicep swivel in there, and then you got double jointed elbow, which on mine is these weird clicky points. It's like these click points. So yeah, you get the full curl right there. This hand, on this hand, there's a hand there, so that's a wrist swivel right there. He does have a waist swivel, although you're gonna have to move this back a little bit to swivel that fully. Hips can do forward pretty decently. Like that. You got backwards pretty decent like that. Outward, you do have almost full splits, not quite. You do have a thigh rotation. You do have a knee joint, which is about 90 degrees. You got right here at the feet, you have ankle tilt, and also they can go forward and back right here on this, and the heel can go up and down. These can also rotate if you want to do anything with that. If you're like stylizing wise, like you want to stylize them a little bit, just rotate those forward a little bit. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, so that's his articulation, which is not too bad, I guess. He does have several accessories, namely, he's got this gun thing right here. He's got a couple attachments, including this one right here, which got this little tiny tri-barrel thing, if you can see that. Got this, which is like a single larger barrel, it's both translucent red, and got this little claw doohickey, whatever that is. And all those work like this. So if you want to, attach these in any particular way, you can, like say, attach this right there, and then like plug this in his hand. It's a very shallow peg, but you plug this into his hand like that, like so. That, or you can take this and this can plug in. There's this thing right here. You take this and rotate this around. And there's a peg hole right here and you plug this in right here like this. And now it's an over-the-shoulder cannon. And of course, any of the accessories can peg into here. Like that. And, you know, like this. So there you go. And of course, they also can all peg into the end of his left arm. So you have a little claw. You can have a little triple barreled gun thing. Or you can have this, I don't know, this gun thing. Yeah, and whichever one you're not using, I mean, you could you know have multiple right here. Yeah, you can peg this right here like that if you want. And this one, if you're not using it, you have a couple places options like this. There's a little peg right here. You can actually plug this in right there if you want. Both the translucent red ones can peg in right there. This one can't. You know, they can plug in right there if you want. The kind of quick storage. The other storage place is right here on this thing. This one, I believe, goes on this side, and there's little, you see, there's little notches right here. You can just plug that in right there. This will slot right in, like that, if you're not actively using it. So, yeah, these heels can be a bit of a pain to get out, but yeah. There you go, like so. Yeah, not bad. Of course, this one right here can slot in right here. This right there, if you want to store this actually will store right here. You can see this will store like this. Oop, if you can, I can actually line it properly. This will store in the backpack like that. You can leave it like that, and of course, yeah, do that if you want. And of course, this can just doesn't come unpegged. This can just kind of fold away like that if you want to. So yeah, you got some options if you want to. So that's not too bad. It's Red Alert, and Red Alert doesn't really have a lot of exciting things going for it, particularly because it has no electronics and no woo woo woo. So that it's like kind of what makes me wonder if that was the most exciting thing about that toy. Is like that's concerning if that's the most exciting thing about the toy, you know, original toy, you know. I don't know, maybe it's just me. But as for some comparisons, here he is with the Legacy whichever hot shot regular one. Here he is with the Commander Armada Optimus. Those are the three of them, their main trio in the old Armada show. And here he is with the full super mode Armada Optimus. Just getting an idea there. There you go. Oh yeah, and here he is with Jolt, I guess. Minicon, which easy compatible. It's kind of, I mean, there's a little peg right here, which yeah, if I Jolt dealt with. Jolt here, yeah, he's got the hole right there, and then you got the little peg right there. Yeah, you can do that. It doesn't do anything, but you know, you can do that with all the 2 Minicons that have been released so far, both of which have been in special packs, and yay. Well, yeah, I guess because of one thing is because of the transformation, you do have a bit of backwards butterfly, if that's helpful for anything, but yeah. So he's kind of compatible with, once again, yeah, Minicon compatibility is kind of there. So, that's the Robo Mode. It's Red Alert. It's kind of odd looking. He's kind of a off-brand RoboCop with some SUV bits, so for better or for worse. Now to transform him, one thing, yeah, if you don't, take all the accessories off if you haven't. So they take that right there, and this one right here will go, plug in right there like that, and then go ahead and straighten these out if you angle them at all. Now right here, what you want to do is take this bit right here. You want to open up this piece right here and open up this flap right here. Bring the head down and then bring this up over top like that, and then take the back here and just kind of bring this back and bring this back right here like that, and just kind of deal with that right there. You go ahead and take the arms here. You want to rotate them like this, and then close this up like that, and then rotate the arm inward like the bicep, and then bring this up and tab this into the door right there. Then fold the at the elbows like that, and like that. This still should already be back. And rotate them like this right here, and then bring them back right here like that, and bring them into the main body of the SUV. They'll also kind of tab together right there like that. Arms will. Then down here at the legs, what you want to do is flip the heels in, then flip the feet forward like this, and then right here you untab this in the middle of the shin and bring it up right there, and untab right here in the middle of the shin and bring it up right here. Now I found what to do here. I want to actually kind of angle these a little bit. You want to kind of angle these bits down actually right there like that. Then bring these up. There's tabs right here which will line up with these slots right here. You'll bring this up. And then when you bring this up, you want to roll this up, and there's a tabs right here as well. You want to roll these up into here like that. Yeah, roll the side panels up into here and around that tab and everything. That makes it a little easier rather than just kind of trying to straight jam it in. Anyway, once you do that, you got it all tabbed in. There you go. That is Red Alert in his vehicle mode. Yeah, Armada Red Alert here is, well, he's a white SUV with some red striping and ambulance symbols and all about symbols. And yeah, he's got a little light bar picked out right there. You got this. This is actually pretty cool. It's translucent. I don't remember. This did something, if I recall correctly, on the original toy, but I never had it. So that's another thing. I can't compare that. He's got some like weird vented windows back here. He's got some like implied tail lights. Headlights are picked out nicely. There's again a bit of translucent red right there for the blinkers. Wheels are pinned in. No paint, which would make sense because it's an ambulance. They don't waste paint on stuff like that, really. You got the blue right here, kind of almost an engine with a scoop right there, and he rolls okay. The thing on this table, he doesn't get a lot of friction because of the plastic wheels and everything, but you didn't get a super amount of good ground friction on this table, but you know. He also got peg holes all over the place, so you can plug in a whole bunch of stuff all over the place. But yeah, he's not bad looking. He's also kind of on the smaller side, I feel. But and also his transformation is again really simple, but so was the originals. And the only thing about, because of the way the original was designed, updating him basically means add some articulation and you're done. Because you can't really adjust the transformation too much, considering what how he transformed before. So he's gonna be simple by default. And thankfully, the thing is, he's also fairly solid. He doesn't have like, there's not, you know, that's the big thing, is that he makes up for the lack of size with just general solidity. So that's something to be aware of. But yeah, it's not a bad SUV overall. It's just kind of interesting looking. Yeah, some comparisons again. Here's Armada Hot Shot, for better or for worse, the legacy version, for better or for worse. And also Jolt, because why not? There's those two. And of course, here's the legacy Armada Optimus Prime in general. So there you go on that front. Yeah, it's decent size actually. I feel like, oop, that's not one. I feel like generally he actually these two kind of almost scale pretty well, all things considered, considering Optimus's odd proportions and everything. But yeah, so there you go. Yeah, so as a whole, I don't know. He's weird. I always talked about, you know, I never really liked the original Armada toys, but I like how they're designed. But Red Alert has always been kind of one of the weakest designs. Oh, well, I'd say something like Sideswipe. I know about Armada Sideswipe. Oh boy. But Red Alert has always been kind of to me, he's always been kind of the main trio, I guess. He's always been the most boring looking. And to be honest, that doesn't really change much here. He's a decent toy overall. I mean, he looks accurate. His transformation is largely pretty solid. The only thing I would complain about really is these rear quarter panels, kind of getting those lined up and tabbed in can be a little bit of pain the first few times until you figure out the trick of just getting them maneuvered. His posability is pretty good. His elbows are weirdly stiff and like they want to snap, you know, kind of do this whole snap thing like at every 45 degrees, which is weird. He's got, you know, a decent amount of, you know, kind of the gimmicky thing. I mean, heck, even in this mode, you can kind of do this as well, though. It's like, oh no, where's the driver? But like, you know, so it's decent. He's kind of, people are going to complain he's a bit on the small side, but you know, he's a good he's solid. That's the big thing. So he's a bit solid, but he's a bit smaller than he might be otherwise be. But he's got a decent amount of moving parts. But you know, there's one of those things where like you can't really update the original design too much because, you know, at least transformation wise, because it's just so straightforward as a design. You can't deviate from that because then people complain about it too much. So, again, I feel like this is pretty much just for the Armada faithful. The people who really like Armada. This might be a decent one. Of course, a lot of the problem is the Armada faithful are also a lot of them will also go, the original toy is better because they want gimmicks. People who really like Armada also really like the gimmicks. And for someone like me, this is one of those weird. I think of the Armada toys so far, this one I feel like is the one that kind of missed for me when it comes to Armada updates, just because I don't think it's really the toy's fault. Just generally, I think it's just Red Alert just never had a particularly interesting design in my opinion. So he just, for me, I almost bought him basically just, well, I got to complete. I guess I should might as well complete the main Autobot trio, right? But it's not like it's a bad toy. It just kind of leaves me kind of. If you like Red Alert as a whole, this is not a bad toy. But if your thing is like you're kind of cold on Red Alert's general look, I don't think this is going to be a big enough improvement for you to pick it up. But the good news is, from the sounds of it right now, at least, it'll be very easy to get one because the people aren't buying them. People are buying Prime and everything else, buying literally everything else on the shelf except for Red Alert. Poor Red Alert here. So the good news is, at this point, it's easy to pick them up, and also you might be able to get them at a discount too. Who knows? But he's just kind of an okay toy. He's got some cool ideas. It's just being the accuracy of the source material is kind of hurting him in the long run, in my opinion. So there you go. For me, just personally, I never really liked the original, so because of that, it's hard for me to like this one too. Design and engineering wise, I should say. So that's it for this video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. Hope you like, comment, subscribe. Check out my social media, it's down in the description and at the end of the video. Check out my coffee and my Patreon. I shall see you next time with another video review.